Are you going to be coming home a little late again today, Mom? Dad made stew for dinner for everyone tonight. It looks like it's going to be good.
Ah, did he know?
We can have dinner when you get home. Sound good? Will you be back home soon?
Say, Kathy, can you tell your father something for me? Tell him I said don't overdo it.
Oh. Okay. But what's that supposed to mean? You think maybe I should tell him thanks for making dinner for everyone instead?
I know he has a lot more free time every day since he retired, but all this lovey-dovey stuff all of a sudden isn't great.
Lovey-dovey stuff? What do you mean?
Right now, I'm the one working and providing for this family. Your dad is sitting around, collecting a pension and eating and sleeping. I don't see any reason to fawn over him all of a sudden or to pet him on the head when he does something.
What on earth are you talking about? The only reason he gets that pension is because he spent so many years working hard and doing his best. It's not like he didn't earn it. I know you see yourself as a real career woman and take a lot of pride in your job, but there's no reason to talk about him like that because he's taking it easy these days. That's awful.
It's always the same with you. No matter what, you always take your father's side. I don't know why I even bother.
It isn't about whose side I'm on or not on. I'm not trying to pick one of you. All I'm saying is that up until this year, both you and Dad have worked really hard for this family. He worked just as hard as you did. You guys are the same. Dad worked really hard his entire life. Now that he's retired, it's only fair that he gets to take it easy. He's a little older than you, so it's time for him to relax. In 10 more years, you'll be doing the exact same thing. You'll be the same age as he is now, and you'll be retired and living on your pension too. If you think about it that way, I think you can see how wrong it is to talk down about Dad right now. You should be thankful for him. Just like he's thankful for you too.
Yes, you've made your point. I happen to still have a lot of work left to do. I'm busy and I don't have any time. I'll be eating dinner at my desk tonight, so I won't be eating any of your father's stew. Eat without me.
Okay, fine. You don't have to be so rude about it though. There are nicer ways to say it.
A few moments later.
Good morning, Kathy. Do you have a minute? I have something I wanted to run by you.
Morning, Harry. I usually don't hear from you this early. What's up?
I hate to bother you, but I had to check. This might be an odd question, but was your mother staying somewhere else last night? Or was she at home?
My mother? She got stuck at work really late last night. There was some kind of trouble with her job. She was too tired to make the drive home, so she said she was going to just stay at a hotel near her office. She should be checking out today, though.
Have you talked to her? Is that what she told you?
Yes, we spoke. It isn't all that unusual for my mom to work that late. Sometimes it seems you're safer for her to stay at a hotel than to try to make it home. It's a long drive. She's the editor of her department at the newspaper. It's a really difficult job and the hours can be pretty crazy since they are trying to get the news out before morning.
Oh, I suppose that's true.
Why do you ask? Is there something on your mind? What have you thinking about my mom?
No, maybe I should forget about it. I don't know if I should have said anything. I hate to bring anything up this close to the wedding. We've only got about a month left before the ceremony, and I don't want to make things weird for anyone. But then again, it isn't good to put something like this off either.
What? If something is bothering you, you need to tell me. It's okay. You can say anything to me.
It's been weighing on my mind for a little bit now, but it's kind of a heavy subject. I don't really know how to start.
It's okay. To be totally honest with you, I felt like there is something off about my mom lately, too. If she's hiding something, I don't know what it is, but I wish I knew.
So you've noticed too? I'm glad I'm not the only one.
My father also seems to be worried about it too. If you know something, please tell me.
Well, if your father has noticed too, something is definitely up. That does it. I'm sure of it now. I'm going to tell you something now, but you need to know that it's going to be really hard to hear. You need to be prepared.
Okay, I'm ready. Please go ahead.
I don't know an easier way to say this, so I'm going to come right out with it. I think that your mother is having an affair.
What? What makes you think that?
There's a kind of boutique hotel not that far from where I work. I pass it on my commute every day. It's that odd little building that kind of looks like a castle. You know that one?
Yeah, I know exactly which one you are talking about. It stands out.
So last night, I was on my way home from work. As I was leaving the office, I passed by that hotel and I saw one of my coworkers going inside. He was with your mother.
Wait, just a minute. One of your coworkers? Exactly how old is this man?
He's the same age as me.
Are you serious? I can't believe it. Oh my God! It's shocking enough to imagine her having an affair, but she's sleeping with someone young enough to be her kid. I don't know what to think.
If she wasn't married, I would say that everyone has their own taste. Whatever floats your boat, you know? I wouldn't care. But she's your mother and she is married. And my coworker also has a wife waiting at home.
Oh wow. Is he married too?
I'm sorry to be the bearer of bad news.
No, don't apologize. Thank you for telling me. I needed to know. Do you think I should tell my father? If I tell him, he might want to talk to you about what you saw. He probably will have some questions for you.
It's okay, you can tell him. I don't mind. I'll answer any questions I can for him.
I'm sorry you're getting drawn into this. I don't know what's going to happen, but my father might want to talk to a private eye or something. If he does that, they'll want to talk to you too. I'm sorry.
I understand. It's okay. I'll do whatever to help your father. He's always been a really kind man to me, and I would want someone to help my dad if it happened to him. It's whatever he wants. I'll talk to my parents about it, too. They really like you and your family. I know it won't be a problem for them. I just want to give them a heads up since there might be some drama before the wedding.
Of course. I'm so sorry. Thank you again for telling me. Hey, Mom. I've been looking for you since early this morning. I haven't been able to find you. Did you not even come? Where are you right now? No answer. No answer. Mother. The least you could do is answer me.
What? You've got my phone ringing off the hook. What do you want?
I asked you where you are right now.
Is that all? I'm at work right now. Obviously.
You have to be there today?
Yes. I had to come in on my day off this week. It was decided ages ago. I'm in the middle of something for work right now, so don't bug me anymore. I might be here all day today, so I probably will end up spending the night again. If you don't hear from me, that's what's happening. Now I'm very busy, so leave me be.
Oh, really? You're busy with work?
Yes. I'm shutting down Messenger now.
Mom. I hate to bother you when you're gallivanting around with your boyfriend. But in case you've forgotten, today's my wedding day.
What?
Oh, so you really did forget? Wow. Real classy. I understand. That's fine.
Now wait just a minute. Isn't your wedding next week?
No. Next week we are going on our honeymoon. We leave next weekend. Today is the ceremony.
Oh, wow. Really?
It's fine, Mom. You don't have to come. In fact, I hope you don't. I'll go ahead and explain to all our guests and family that you were too busy having an affair to show up to the wedding. I'll be sure to apologize to everyone for you.
What?
I just went ahead and let them know what was going on. I apologize to everyone. You're on a trip with your boyfriend and missing your daughter's wedding, no big deal. Right?
Wait, what are you doing?
I'm just glad the Harry's family is being so supportive. I'm so thankful to have them as part of my family now. His mother is being really sweet to me today.
I'm on my way right now.
By the time you get here, the wedding will already be over. I'm pretty sure that even the reception will be done by then.
I guess.
You took the Amtrak this morning, didn't you? You're about 3 hours away by now, I would imagine.
Yes, but how do you know about that?
The private eye that Dad hired is really skilled at his job. He can probably tell us what hotel you have reservations at and where you're going to dinner tonight.
Private eye? He hired a detective? I can't believe he's been spying on me.
Yes, and the agency is very good. We know who you are cheating with, too.
You're lying. You must be.
No, I'm not. What would be the point in that? It's too late, Mom. We know everything. You must have been really looking forward to this little trip of yours to totally forget about your own daughter's wedding. I hope it was worth it. I hope you have a really great trip and enjoy it to your heart's content.
Come on, Kathy. Don't be like that.
I have some things I need to do before the ceremony. I've got to go.
Very next evening.
Kathy. Do you have any idea where your father has gone?
Why do you care? What do you want with him?
I cut my trip short. I came straight home. I just walked in the door. But your father is nowhere to be found and all of his things are gone. His closet is empty and some of the furniture is missing too.
Oh, you just noticed?
What do you mean I just noticed?
Dad moved out a whole week ago. He moved into his own place.
Are you serious? A week ago?
By the way, you're going to see some papers in the living room. It's a divorce agreement from Dad. He asked me to bring it over and leave it for you. I dropped it off this morning. Poor Dad had to handle the whole wedding by himself. I apologized to him so many times, it felt unfair to leave everything up to him. I brought the papers over for him because it felt like the right thing to do. It gave me some closure. I felt like I was saying goodbye to my mother.
Goodbye. Kathy?
Yes, goodbye. Are you surprised? I don't want to see you or deal with you right now. You were too wrapped up in playing around and having your affair that you literally forgot about my wedding. You missed one of the most important days of my life to run off and cheat on my father, and you lied to me. I'm so angry with you.
What are you saying? I'm your mother. You can't talk to me like that. That's terrible.
If being my mother is really so important to you, how could you possibly forget about my wedding? How could you abandon me like that and stab me in the back? Do you know what that feels like?
I guess.
And what about Dad? He spent his entire life married to you. He worked hard all his days and thought he would spend his old age together with you. Can you imagine how he feels right now?
That's between us. It isn't really any of your business.
And what about that man's poor wife? She's in the same boat. She must be heartbroken right now. Don't you pity her at all? You don't know what it's like to have your life stolen away from you, do you?
You can say whatever you want, but it doesn't change anything.
If you don't get it, you can just say that you don't get it. But I don't want anything to do with you anymore. I'm cutting you out of my life. It's for the best, I think.
Cutting me out?
You hurt us, Mom. You stabbed us in the back and you wounded us. So I'm setting a boundary, and I want you to respect that boundary.
Hurt? Wound? Are you serious?
Goodbye. Bye.
Several days later.
No answer. No answer. Kathy, please. It's me. I need you to talk to your father for me about this divorce agreement. I am not paying him alimony. I cannot believe he even suggested it. To be totally honest with you, I got fired from my job. I guess you didn't know that yet. How can I pay if I'm not working? When they found out about my relationship, they came down on me hard. We aren't supposed to date coworkers or business partners, and he works for one of our partners. It's a conflict of interest thing. But they fired me. I'm the victim here, don't you see? He's the one that started the relationship with me. He was asking me out to try to get some business secrets from me. It was all espionage. He was trying to get our stories before our paper could break them. He's the bad guy here. Hey, are you getting these messages? Are you reading this? I can see you're receiving them. You're reading them. I know you are. No answer. No answer. Please, Kathy. Pick up the phone. I'm asking you nicely. Please talk to your father for me. If you're the one that talks to him, I'm sure he will listen to reason. He always listens to you. Tell him I'm sorry and I want him to forgive me. You can get him to forgive me. I know you can. Just talk to him. No answer. No answer. Kathy, why won't you respond? I told you, I'm not the bad guy. I'm the victim. You've got to listen to me. You're my daughter. Surely you can understand? You can't just cut me off like this. No answer. No answer. No answer. Kathy!
I was originally waiting to block my mother's number and contacts until my parents' divorce had been finalized. It felt like the right thing to do at the time. But she kept calling and writing and calling and writing. She could see that I could read her messages. I finally got frustrated and blocked her on the spot. The next day, I changed my phone number. It was such a relief to get a break from it all. My mother kept up the charade of being the victim for about half a year after that. She tried to get everyone back on her side. She cried and whined to everyone she could. Of all people, her older brother was the one that finally talked her into signing the divorce papers. My father and I wouldn't speak to her except through his lawyer, and it took my uncle giving her a big sermon to finally get through to her. They also came to an alimony agreement. My mother would have to pay my father from now on. She had made more money in her career than he ever had. Once the divorce was finalized, she tried to go running back to her boyfriend. His wife had left him as well. But in the meantime, he had found a younger woman. They were already involved, and he didn't want anything to do with my mother anymore. No surprise there, am I right? That's when the trouble really started. My mother was so jealous and angry. She harassed him and his new wife to no end. She sent angry messages, hung out around their apartment building, and harassed the poor woman online. I've talked about it with my dad and Harry. I think we made the right decision to cut my mother out of our lives. It's sad to see what she's become, but it feels much better to have all that drama out of our lives. Dad seems to be doing as well as can be, and we are all happier than we have been in years.